Just Minding My Business Radio, where we are moving at the speed of God, learning what we didn't know we didn't know. I'm your host, Ida Crawford, so grab a pen and paper and get ready for information that you can use. Welcome to another episode of Just Minding My Business. I hope your day was as amazing as you are. Today we are going to be talking about health and wellness and how you can take control of your health through nutrition. Coming to the mic is Karen M. McFadden, your wellness and lifestyle coach and CEO of Coaching with Karina. Karen is the author of the book Tap into Wellness, 9 Ways African Americans Can Take Charge of Nutrition Today. Karen's coaching techniques help individuals to eliminate old beliefs and behaviors about health and nutrition. Karen provides encouragement and guides her clients to tap into wellness by cultivating a new mindset and a new nutritional lifestyle. Well, welcome to the show, Karen. We appreciate you stopping by.
Hi, Miss Ada. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. Well, let me just ask you, how did you get on the road of health and wellness?
Well, my journey goes back to 25 years ago when I had a life and death situation that I almost died from toxicity. And if those who don't know what toxicity is, it's when it's so much toxins build up in the body that it cannot be released. So I was on the verge of dying, and I didn't know. So if it wasn't for one of my clients, because at the time I was doing hair, I'm a natural stylist by trade, and she invited me to her office. She didn't tell me why. She just wanted me to come to her office because she saw I was very skinny. I had so much boils all over my face with pus coming out, okay? Not trying to be gross, but this is what the situation was going on at that time. And I was very sick. So when I came to her, she did a procedure where it had to be water going into me. So once the procedure was over with, it was 2 weeks. And usually, family, when you get a colonic irrigation, it's 5 gallons. Because I was so impact and so sick that she only could give me a gallon a day. And the reason being, she said, because I would not be able to handle the 5 gallons, and I would have been on a stretcher going out to the hospital. So from there, she told me some things, what to do, and I just started changing. First, I had to change my mindset, and then I had to change the way I did things nutritionally. And so that's what started it. And I'm so happy because I am a wellness lifestyle coach, Coach Karina, and that's what I love, and the result of me coaching ones, I help those to have amazing nutritional, first, mindset. And Ms. Ada, mindset is everything. And so when you have that right mindset, getting those old beliefs and behaviors out the way and putting that new mindset of prosperity and health and wellness and want to do right and want to eat the right foods that give you that energy to have that amazing day by day.
Well, that's a compelling story, Karen, to be at death's door because of your eating habits. That's definitely a wake-up call for anybody that survives such a thing. So one of the things that I know that you're an author and you wrote a book about getting your diet together. Can you tell our audience a little bit about that?
Yes, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for asking. This month is anniversary, so Tap into Wellness is the blueprint. Those 9 ways: food, water, exercise, spirituality, mindset, meditation, discipline, and relationship are the blueprint of creating an amazing life, not only for you, but for your whole entire family.
Okay. Can you give us a little excerpt from the book?
Well, when you first go into the book, there is a storyline. And I'm not going to give it away, but when you read this person's experience, I take you on a journey of a person getting up and how they're feeling, and when they get into the bathroom and how they look in the mirror, they can't stand the way they look, their gums are bleeding, and it's a whole different thing that I take you to. And then we go on to talk about them going to a store to get breakfast. And when you see or hear about the type of breakfast this person is getting, you're saying, okay. And more, you have to read it. You have to read it. I'm going to leave it right there.
All right. Okay. The other thing that I have for you, when you're working with your clients, what kind of process, can you give us a little bit of the process that you go through with your clients?
Yes. First, we have a consultation, and now I'm doing my consultations on Zoom. So it's a face-to-face, and it's for 25 minutes. And it's more like to see if I'm the coach for you, because there's a lot of coaches out there. But what makes me different is that I design a wonderful program just for you and your body. And we work on the foods that works for your body, because we know that diet does not work. And there's a word in diet that lets us know that diet does not work. So, okay, you know what I'm talking about, die, right?
Yeah,
but
die.
Exactly. But a lifestyle change does. So once we figure out what foods work for you, I don't tell no one to stop eating this and stop eating that. I don't do that. What we do, we implement more vegetables. Well, if there's no supplements, mineral supplements or vitamins, we implement that. You know, if there's a lack of water, we implement that. I don't take away nothing. So by them implementing the right sorts of foods and supplements, believe it or not, it counteracts all the stuff that you've been taking in, that your body says, I don't want it. And case in point, one of my clients recently, she was a coffee drinker. So that I put her on my program, and I put in her supplements was hemp powder. Now, hemp is also, you know what hemp is. It also helps with protein. It's an excellent protein, okay? So it's an alternative for protein as well from whey. I don't suggest whey because it's made by milk, and you know what milk does to the body. It just gives more mucus, okay? So my alternative to whey is hemp. So I put her on hemp, and she is a smoothie person. So I just told her to put a teaspoon a day when she make her smoothies to put the hemp powder in. So let me tell you, the first week, in 3 days, she had regular bowel movement. She didn't feel sluggish anymore. And when she went to work, she did not drink coffee.
Wow.
And so I was like, really? And she said, yes, I didn't have a taste for coffee. And I was just like so excited. I get excited for those who, implement what I'm saying, and then they see the results for themselves. And I'm just like, yes, okay, all right. And so we continued. That Sunday, usually she's not do nothing. She says she don't want to work. She don't want to do nothing. She just crashes. Well, this Sunday came about. She made everybody breakfast. She was feeling so good that she cleaned her house, did her laundry, and still wanted to work out.
Wow.
And I was like,
her family was probably in awe.
Yes. Her daughter was like, Mom, what are you on? And I want it. And she's
before we go any further, for those who don't know what hemp is, can you please explain to them what that is?
Sure. Hemp is marijuana, as we say today. That's what it is. But hemp is the term that the Native Americans use, okay? The peace pipe that the chief one used to smoke, well, that's what it is. So without smoking it, hemp has a lot of properties that people don't know about, and it's full of minerals. And so in other words, her body was depleted from minerals. So by adding that hemp, it gave her the minerals that she needs to maintain. See, the body lets us know, and that's another point I mentioned in my book. It's a gift that we have this body, and we have to treat it. We have to respect it. We have to love it, But most of all, Miss Ida and Miss Ruth, we have to listen to it. How many of us out there really listen to our body? Our body screams help. Our body screams for pain. Our body screams, I'm depressed, I'm hungry, I'm cold. But do we listen? When our body screams for water, do we listen? Next minute we know we're dehydrated. The body's saying, hello, I'm thirsty. I need water. Not a soda, not juice, water. And that's the point that I want to display to my listeners about Tap into Wellness. It's a wake-up call. Yes, I've written for African Americans, but it's for anyone that lives in the United States that's still eating the American Standard Diet. That book is for you. And not only for you, but for your family. Our little ones. Mm-hmm.
How can people get in touch with you, and how can people get the book?
My book is on Amazon, and I can. My number to reach me is 410-497-4261. Again, that's 410-497-4261. And you can go on Amazon and put in Tap into Wellness with Coach Karina M, and it should come up.
Okay. All right. Wow. I am like, I've changed my eating habits tremendously over the years, based on, health reasons. I think that's pretty much what everybody makes that change for. Unfortunately, we don't want to get to a place where our health dictates the change. We want to make that change before our health says, okay, enough is enough. So
exactly. And also, we don't want our bodies to say, look, I'm done. I'm shutting down because you're not giving me what I need, so I'm shutting down. And see, these are signs when the body is sick. It's saying, help, I need help. Not medication, I need help. When it needs water, it's saying, your eyes, you feel sluggish, you're fatigued. Sometimes your feet swell, all because you need water. Our body is 75% water, so we need water. We're losing water when we perspire, and when we're working out or whatever we're doing, and we're losing water and electrolytes. So we got to replenish back that water.
Mm-hmm. Sure, because I was one that didn't drink a lot of water. I drank everything but water. So now, I'm being conscious and intentional about drinking more water in the course of the day. And, of course, with all the heat that we've had, that's been very supportive to that move. So I'm getting more in the habit of, drinking water. I keep a bottle of water in the car so that way, I have some always on hand so that I can get it in. So, yes, that water is really, really, really important. So one of the other questions that I have for you, Karen, is, okay, when you are, your online presence, I understand you do Periscope.
Yes, my wellness world. Yes, welcome to my wellness world on Periscope TV. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you give everybody the information on how to connect with you there?
For those who have Periscope, my handle is My Wellness World.
Okay. And what can they expect to hear there?
On my station, I'm the alternative queen. I'm the alternative queen to anything. If it's medication, if it's hair products, anything. Last time I talked about not giving up. When we're in business, we feel that we should be at a certain level. So I was just giving some encouragement to let them know that, we all have setbacks, and that if we're going to fall forward and just push through our failures, no matter what. Just push through it. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy, but we can do it. And by having the right people, the right association that has that same kind of mindset, we push through together.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, let me ask you, can you give us just a little diet that a person could get started with fairly quickly?
I don't do diets.
Well, I'm sorry, wrong word. I'll just say a nutritional plan that people could probably start tomorrow.
Well, it's a little difficult, Ms. Ida, to be truthful, because I'm dealing with different. I'm different. I'm not a. Mm-hmm.
Well, let's just say, okay, we talked about adding more water into the diet. So that goes across the board for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what other things that would be a good addition to the nutritional value for your body?
Well, definitely water. Usually they are told to do something according to your body weight, half of your body weight. But for those who hate water, just implement 2 to 3 glasses. Even though that's not doing anything, to be truthful, but just add more water. A lot of people say, well, I drank water. You know, to the 16 ounce of water that you get, the bottled water, that's only 2 cups, if people don't realize that. So if you add 3 more cups to that, you'll see that your body, the more water you add to your regimen, you will see the better you start feeling, and you start sleeping better. And most of all, you will have a smooth move. A lot of us, we got all the jelly rolls all, around the midsection, and it's not fat. That's stool that needs to come out, okay? So the more water we drink, the better we'll have better bathroom habits. That's so important. That's so important.
Man, one of the things that you talk about is food choices and use of natural holistic vitamins and minerals, and I think that's pretty much what I'm gearing towards, in addition to the water, to kind of maybe talk about some other food choices that can be made to complement the water that you're drinking. Because, we are 75% of water, but that's not all we intake.
That's true. Just implement more vegetables, green leafy vegetables. I'm not talking about string beans. I'm not talking about potatoes. See, we're so used to eating starch. We have to eat greens like kale, spinach, char, arugula. I'm talking about green leafy vegetables. That also helps us to have regular bowel movements, help us to go to the bathroom, help us to feel better. It's going to give you those nutrients. It's going to give you those minerals and vitamins that we need to maintain. That's what I'm about. I want to help people to improve and to have a better life, a quality of life. We're eating too much starch. That's why we have so much diabetes, because the starch turns into sugar, We're eating too much salt. The salt that's coming from the shaker, that is nothing but chemical, not iodine. That's been taken away. So these are the things that we need to do, is implement more vegetables, green leafy vegetables. Get those broccolis out. Get the cauliflower. Those, also Brussels sprouts. It's full of minerals and vitamins to help us to have a better quality of life. If we only tap into it. And in my book, I talk about the different vegetables and the colors. A lot of people don't realize, do you know the darker the color, the better the antioxidants is in that to help us to renew our cells? I talk about that in my book. And I talk about each color and the vitamins that goes along with those colors. See, when I eat my food is a rainbow of colors, because I want to get those antioxidants. I want to get those minerals. I want to get those vitamins to help me to keep going. I talk to so many people all the time. They don't supplement. We're not getting it from our foods, family. It's depleted. The ground is depleted. So we got to supplement. We got to take our minerals. We got to take our vitamins. And a lot of people say, I don't like taking vitamins. Okay, well, there's liquid. You don't have to take the pills. You can take liquid. There's no excuse today not to supplement, because we're not getting it from our foods. I can't stress that enough. I cannot stress that enough. Along with the water. Those two are essential for having a better life, a quality of life, and getting proper sleep. That's why food, water, exercise, and sleep are the 4 main things that I talk about, because those 4 things are vital to our health. and then spirituality, knowing that this is the body, that the only thing that our Creator gave us. We don't own our cars. We don't own our houses. Don't pay our car note. Don't pay our rent or mortgage and see what we own. But our body that He gave us to take care of, we can't get that right. We got to take care of our body first, and then we can take care of whatever we need to take care of. Our health is our wealth.
Yes, I can agree with that for sure. Now, one more time, Karen, how can people connect with you, and how can they get your book?
They can go to Amazon, Tap into Wellness with Coach Karina M., and get my book. Also, when you get my book, please put a review on there so that other people will know how you feel about the book. And also, they will know that, oh, okay, I want to see what Coach Karina is saying, you know. I love people, and I love what I do. And you know, you and Miss Ruth know how passionate I am about helping people to get to that amazing life, you know, life on fire, because health is relatively good, but we all need improvement, and that's what I do, you know, supplements. And the things that I'm telling you, I'm doing it myself, okay? So it's not no hypocriticalness over here. I'm doing it myself, and that's what I teach my clients, my students. I want them to do the same thing or even better than me. You know, I wanted them to be a better student, you know, so they can implement and share, and most of all, be that example for their families, because we're living in a generation that is processed. You know, when we came up, we had fresh fruits and vegetables from someone's garden. Our young ones coming up today, those millenniums, they're coming up in a processed nation and a microwave generation.
Yeah.
So we got to help them to see the importance. It's not about the chicken box. It's about the vegetables. It's not about, you know, the starch. It's about those vegetables. That's what's going to help you to think better. That's another piece, that relationship piece at the end of my book. That part, I break it down from the mentality all the way down to the attitude, because what we eat shows who we are. If we cannot think properly, we cannot meditate. We cannot communicate with our family. We're eating chicken boxes and pizza, and you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to be real with you. And we have to change, because if we don't, our young generation that's coming up, that's our future. Do I need to say more? That's our future. So we have to help them to make the right decision so they can be better adults than we were, to help maintain what's going on. Because if not, that's a lost cause.
And it trickles down, you know, how you eat, whatever you do will trickle down to the people that are around you. And once they see how it's benefiting you, then they're going to want to get involved because they can see the difference in you. So, you know, just like you said, once you start, then everybody else will jump on board in your family.
Right. Setting that example is so important.
For sure.
I'm not trying to save the world. No, it's not that. It's all about implementing, cultivating the things that we learn. That's where meditation comes in. It's meditating on positive message. Either it's God word from the Bible or a message from some motivational speaker or something, and meditating on that, and then applying what we meditated in our lives. And that's what Tap into Wellness is all about. It's taking that information, applying where it's needed, and to have amazing life.
Awesomeness. Now, before we wrap up, Karen, we want you to get your information out one more time and how people can get your book.
Sure. Again, you can call me for free consultation for 25 minutes at 410-497-4261. Again, that number is 490-4261. You can get my book on Amazon. That is Tap into Wellness with Coach Karina M. And, my link should come up, or my cover of the book, and you can order it.
All right. Now, if one last thing that you would recommend, that you want to say to our audience before we wrap up?
Well, only thing I can say is listen to your body. Listen to your body. If your body's screaming, I'm tired, I don't want to do this anymore, it's time to change. It's time to change first that mindset. And then from that mindset, we can change to a nutritional lifestyle that is amazing. Not only you will be happy, but your family will be happy too. Ladies, I thank you so much. I'm just so excited and so privileged to be with you ladies on this platform. And I just thank you so much for this privilege.
And we are grateful to have you. And I failed to mention that Karen is a member of the Sister Circle Empowerment Network and has been for some time, and we love her and definitely support what she's doing, and she's definitely on point with what she's talking about and very, very knowledgeable about the health and wellness industry. So we thank you, Karen, for being Karen, and we love you.
Oh, thank you. I love you too, my sisters. Thank you so much.
All right, and thank you again, and we'll be talking soon.
This show is brought to you by the amazing women of a Sister Circle Empowerment Network, ASIN LLC, where we are never in competition, but always in collaboration. And our valuable sponsors, Prodigy Accounting Service, Next Generation Accounting to get you where you need to be. Contact them at prodigyact1@yahoo.com or online at www.fli-inc.com. Buying real estate can be one of those decisions. Don't experiment with your real estate investment. Contact Realtor Tia Lewis, mad scientist of real estate, creating the perfect formula to solve all of your real estate needs. For a free consultation, call 240-351-0258. Or would you like to know what a Sister Circle Empowerment Network, ASIN LLC, is all about? Contact us today at asistercircle@gmail.com and visit our website at asistercircle.org. That's ASISTAS circle.org. Voiceovers for a Sister Circle Empowerment Network provided by Ruth Haskins, voiceover actor. To fulfill your professional voiceover needs or to receive her current professional demo, contact Ruth at 443-620-4115.
Thank you for tuning in to Just Minding My Business Radio. I'm your host, Ida Crawford. We hope you enjoyed the show and appreciate you stopping by. Many blessings to you and yours.